Woo! What's really good? What's good? New Jersey or anyone else, whether you are in the tri-state area or you are not. I am coming to you live from Berkeley Township, Bayville, whatever. And typically people don't really like me or advise me not to say my location. But typically, if someone really wants to find you, they'll find you. And a lot of times people do come to my job and talk to me or whatever, but I don't really like that either because I'm there to work, not to play. And this live stream is basically about health, physical health, mental health, financial well-being, and focusing on what is most important in life and determining what I can change as a strong, healthy adult woman who is hardworking. And I want to talk about something. So there are a variety of naysayers and negative people, not so much in my community or quote unquote circle, because I don't have a circle. And this morning I was talking to my driver Pietro, who, shout out to him because his car is beautiful. He has a Lincoln Town Car, leather, all blacked out and comfy, and twice a month he drives me to the doctor, so shout out to him. But we were talking and he went through recovery as well, and it prompted these thoughts and ideas, basically that we as human beings, especially those who have been in sticky, sketchy situations with drug abuse or drug addiction, and he's from Newark. He's a Newark Guinea, probably in his 60s. He don't take no shit. And with that being said, just to identify real quick, we were talking about recovery and TCs, and he went to a therapeutic community for 13 months instead of going to prison. And I respect his honesty. He was telling me about the financial aspect of MAT, medication assisted therapy, and basically how if you want it, you'll get it type shit. And I was telling him that I strongly dislike when somebody calls me lucky. The reason for that is basically the amount of hard work, focus, dedication, determination, strength, and willingness, as well as acceptance, that I had to use. And there was some loneliness involved and some selfishness. And, he just reminded me that the way that my life is and how I manifested cleanliness, sobriety, and recovery into my present, situation is not luck. And every day I try to walk 3 miles. As crazy as that sounds to some of you who drive everywhere, it sounds crazy to me that you drive everywhere. So perception is a huge part of life as well, to where I don't put filters or box myself in or perceive things as a lot of everyday people. Socially, whatever's acceptable in your circle, that's, you. But for me, I don't have a circle because I don't follow trends. I don't follow behind people. I've always been a leader. I've never been a follower. And most recently in my life, I'm making a decision to try my best to get a management position. March 16th, my job's having a little career thing, and I would have to pass like a basic math test and all this other shit, and I know I can do it. And there are already naysayers. Before I even put the app in, before I even discussed it with HR, there were people like, what is she gonna do? Walk to work? What an ignorant thing to say, because you don't know my life. You don't know my financial situation. You don't know my home situation. You don't know what kind of car my kid has. You don't know how close I live. You don't know where I come from. And I find it to be comical, because this morning when I went to see my nurse, as I always do every 2 weeks, to obtain my medication that keeps me clean and sober, her and I were speaking about politics, not necessarily the government, but just politics of employment offices and different restaurants. And she was telling me that in their job, like whatever they do, nurses, some of them work in the jail, some of them work at the clinic. There are politics, and there's lust, envy, jealousy, wickedness. But all in all, she keeps her head held very high, not low. See, I never liked that, keep your head down, like all this weird shit. No, keep your back straight, 10 toes down, back against the wall, head high, like your fucking nose is bleeding. And you know what I'm saying? Be the soldier that you were born to be. I don't need to cower in fear or walk on eggshells because you feel like I don't deserve something, or whatever the case may be. I deserve everything and more, I know without any bit of a reasonable doubt that I'm a winner. Like, God created me with an idea in mind, with a dream, with a goal, with a vision, with a plan. And I don't know, if you need a dose of spirituality, read Moses. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to push my ideologies on anybody, and I'm not going to preach to anyone, because there's so much information out there, and you're using the internet for all the wrong things, because a lot of you don't vibrate high and you're just negative, fake woke. I, on the other hand, do my research, and there's a lot of young, beautiful ladies who I'm seeing on the internet, primarily TikTok, 61,000 views. They're completely quiet, not saying a word, have 3 upside down crosses on their face, middle of their forehead, like 666, which is their business. I'm not, whatever. But they'll have 61,000 likes and not say a thing about humanity, the future, our world, selflessness, God, gratitude, positivity, humility. And, you know, 1 to 3,000 people will view this and 40 might like it. That's the reality nowadays with social media, societal norms, and negativity. So for anybody who's watching this, if you're not sure about recovery, mental illness, homelessness, jails, dying, overdosing, institutions, halfway houses, Oxford houses, NA, AA, MAT treatment, methadone, Suboxone, Xanax, Percocet, heroin, fentanyl, like all this talk about perk 10. I just popped a perk 10. Like, y'all really need your fucking heads checked. How are you glorifying the pill that cost hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Americans, the lives of their loved ones, children, etc.? And we're going to glorify it on TikTok. And they'll leave those sound clips up. They'll leave that music up. But if I talk about spirituality, boundaries, you know, anything having to do with sexuality, feminism, somebody gets offended and my account gets banned and blocked. This is I'm on my 8th TikTok. Like, gotten 2 strikes in the last year. I just don't get it.